One of the bloodiest wars in Europe since World War II is drawing thousands of foreigners to join the fight. Kavi, he goes by his military call sign, tells us he is a Canadian and veteran of the war in Afghanistan.
When Putin rattled the nuclear saber, he threatened the whole world with fire. Canada's right in between the U.S. and Russia. It's where all these missiles that he's threatening with are going to be flying over, so that's what brings me here.
Kavi is far from alone.
There is more than 20,000 of this military serving all over the Ukraine.
Roman, he asked we don't show his face for his security, vets the backgrounds of all foreign volunteers.
Many of them had a very good experience, even in hotspots, serving in hotspots. So, but now, maybe with nowadays, there are less of these experienced soldiers, and many of them are more volunteers. They had some military experience serving in a peacetime.
Their resumes range from combat experience to no military training at all. Ryan, a 25-year-old from Minnesota, says he served 2 years with the Marines in Okinawa, Japan.
I'm a U.S. Marine. If I have to die to help these people, I will.
Oscar from Sweden has no formal military training.
We're here to help people. Hopefully, it's going to be over even before we reach the front, before we even need to fire a bullet or save someone with medical resources, you know? That's the best for everyone, but if that's what it comes to, we'll be there.
David, 33, from Canada, says he can help fix tires to keep Ukrainian military vehicles on the road.
If it's black and round and made out of rubber, I can fix it. And one of the most important things of the gears of war is keeping it moving.
All volunteers get at least some training, but while some can contribute on the battlefield, others may never see combat.
Some of them don't need this training, and some do. And some as I am being told by the military, some of them remain there in this unit, in this military unit, because they are not apt to this military service, and they can't go to the war.
One additional concern, the risks of deploying and arming thousands of foreign fighters around the country.
They might be dangerous because such people are always dangerous, but we try to check them, we try to check their biography, we try to check their pasts as far as we can do it.
One definite and urgent need for the Ukrainian military are volunteers with combat medical experience. That's what brought Sky Barkley, a U.S. Marine and missionary, to Ukraine, along with 6 other Americans.
You enrolled after 9/11, imagining, I suppose, the war was going to be there. Did you ever imagine yourself witnessing a war in Ukraine, in Europe?
No, and it's totally different. This does not compare to a slow simmering insurgency. It doesn't even compare to what we saw with ISIS, because you're talking about the sheer amount of missiles being launched across the country, the ability of the Russians to reach out across hundreds and hundreds of kilometers and kill from that kind of distance.
Maddie, another member of Sky's medical team, is a travel nurse from Missouri, here to help and willing to put her life on the line to do it, as she's done before in Iraq.
Yeah, it worries me a little bit, but I just have a heart for these people. Like, I just really want to help them. I don't see my life more valuable than their life.
Ukrainian officials make clear this is not a calling for adventurers or weekend warriors. It is service against a massive and ruthless invading army, and thousands have already answered the call.
The training that the Ukrainian military is able to offer foreign volunteers is limited. After all, the war is already underway on Ukrainian soil. They will get 3 to 14 days of basic training, and it's not a short-term commitment. Those members who come to fight, they're asked to sign on for a year commitment in Ukraine.
And joining us now is Miro Popovich. He's a film student and dual U.S.-Ukrainian citizen who is fighting against Russian forces in Kyiv. Miro, it is great to see you. We last spoke to you on Wednesday, and I'm wondering, what has changed here in the last few days since we were last able to speak?
What changed is, because I've just heard you guys talk that the Ukrainian military pushing Russians away. And yes, that is the case. I mean, they can't really come too close to Kiev. They're sort of on the outskirts, and our military, our army and National Guard, they're doing really well. Like, I am surprised and I'm proud.
You were surprised and proud. You were expecting that they might be in Kyiv, which could certainly change
Yes.
your role.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because as we talked last time, my job is and my unit's job is to help and operate when they come too close to Kiev. But we didn't have a chance yet, and that's great. I think that's fantastic.
So you've been, just to be clear, you've been kind of waiting for the action, and you haven't seen it yet.
No,
which
well,
is...
we still. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, go on.
We still have
Tell
action.
me what you've seen.
Yeah, we still have action. Our main priority right now is to get ready for assault that might happen, and humanitarian missions. I mean, there's a lot of humanitarian, a lot of medicine and clothing and food that's coming from Europe and U.S. to Ukraine, and it has to be delivered, to our military, to our National Guard, to our bomb shelters, to hospitals. And I've been deputized, so right now we're helping police to deliver all those goods, and of course to get ready for combat. And the third, and I think one of the most important tasks is to identify saboteurs. There's a lot of saboteurs here, like sleeping agents. I know it sounds like a movie stuff, but this is actually true. A lot of Russian sleeping agents. What they do is they guide missiles, and that's not very good.
That they
So,
can
yeah, we do
can
that.
locate, they can give them locations of what to hit. And
Yes,
have you
exactly.
you've personally encountered Russian saboteurs?
Personally, we have arrested somebody. Yes, I don't know if they are Russian saboteurs or not. Our job is to arrest them, and then the other government officials, they take care of interrogations and stuff like that. We don't do that. No, we just stop somebody who's suspicious, and we just pass them to other authorities that do their thing. We are. I mean, it's not. I don't have an authority to identify whether they're real agents or they just stupid enough to walk around government buildings and take videos.
Yeah. And so what have you been ordered to do if Russians advance into the city? If they're coming into the streets, into the urban area, what are you preparing to do?
We're going to give them an urban warfare. I mean, it's like a guerrilla style warfare. We're going to help our military fight. Yes, we are ready. We have a lot of weapons. We are officially deputized. We're not just some group of civilian people. So we're ready. We have an authority. We have a lot of veterans that are capable of fighting, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna help them, and we're gonna give everything. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, but when the day comes, we're gonna do whatever we can.
You served in the U.S. Army. You served in Afghanistan. What are you taking from those lessons learned there into this?
What am I taking is, well, first of all, as I said, I think I said last time, stress, to operate under stress is the most important thing that you can learn in the military. And second of all, discipline. Even if you're in your civilian unit, you have to be disciplined, because discipline saves, and discipline gives you the success that you need. And it's one of the most important things in life too, by the way.
Certainly true. Miro, and I suppose I should call you Officer Popovich now that you have been deputized, but I hope that we will be speaking again soon. Thank you so much for checking in with us this morning.
Thank you so much.